Let me know in the comments if you can hear me everywhere. Yesterday we had some issue with comments. That way we make sure that we've got everything going on here. And we're going to say welcome to the YouTube followers and listeners. We are live across the board today. I can see my mic working on TikTok, so that's a good thing. If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you put where you're joining from, hit that like button, hit that love button, give us a follow, let us know where you're jumping in from. And guys, that all helps us build our channel. Now, before we get started this morning, I'm just going to real briefly touch on a couple of things. If you're watching for the first time, make sure you follow us, make sure you like us. That helps us grow our message. It helps us get out to more people. If you're struggling, if you're needing more freedom in your life, more income, if you want to travel more, then what you want to do is you want to be here for this Spark call. This call is from 10 to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, and we teach people how to follow social media posts, how to follow social media. And I don't like the word algorithms because it's not. It's basically AI scanning for value. You can call that an algorithm, you can call it whatever you want, but they're looking at everything you post. So that helps us join. All of a sudden we get a whole bunch of people following us, liking us. That helps us get a whole lot better. So we're going to help you help other people. Because when Zig Ziglar used to have a really great saying, when you help enough other people get what they want, then you get what you want. So that's the purpose of what we're doing here. That's why we're here. We're here to grow our business, and we'll talk a little bit about what that business is. But let's talk about mastering the call to action. That's what today's conversation is going to be all about, turning content into conversations. Now, as you can read, are you ready to transform your social media posts from monologues to moneymakers? Let's master that bridge. There's a difference between engagement and a difference in income. It's the perfect call to action. That's where we're at. Now, again, my name is Butch Phillips, crazy old fart. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm sitting in this chair because we had a restaurant that wasn't successful and lost a big chunk of our retirement monies. So now we're building new businesses so that we can travel, so that we can have the freedom to retire. And in order to build those businesses, we have to find like-minded people who want to add income, who want to add freedom, take stress out of their lives, and work together. And that's what we have is a community of a bunch of us making sure that you can succeed and achieve what you want. Now, as you come in here, you're watching this. I know there's a whole bunch of you that are going to be here for a second or two. But if you're here, hit that like, hit that follow, hang around for a little bit and see if we can help you get some of that information. So that's what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking all about mastering the call to action. So let's jump in and we're going to tell you a little bit about S.P.A.R.K, why we're here, what we're doing. Okay. Well, that jumped way down to the bottom, but that's okay. The S.P.A.R.K is designed to help people that are boomers, people that are millennials, Gen Xers, because we have different pain points. We have different needs. A boomer is somebody that needs to get results a whole lot faster than maybe a Gen Xer does or a millennial does. So if you're a Gen Xer in your 40s, in your 50s, you're probably seeing maybe your parents moving back home with you. Maybe your kids are still in the house. So That's what S.P.A.R.K is all about. We're here to help you find what works for you. You know, you're on TikTok, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube looking for ways to help yourself earn an income. You know, we all had jobs at some point or another. We've all heard that phrase after sometimes 30 years. Well, your job's being eliminated. Wow, what happened there, right? You know, you went to a job for 10, 15, 20 years that you might not have liked. In fact, you might even hate it, but you dedicated your whole life. You missed your kids' activities. You missed things that happened in your life, but then all of a sudden the loyalty wasn't returned. That's a job. You know, that's a job. If you sign the front of the check or the back of a check, makes a huge difference in how much loyalty there is to you. That's the big issue. Are you signing the front of the check or the back of the check? If you're signing the back of the check and you're giving all of your time, all of your life, and you're not giving your family first place, then you're setting yourself up for failure. It's real simple because that job's going to go away at some point. You know, when I was a young man on the farm, raised on a hog farm, cow farm, all I heard was go to school, get an education, get a good job, and work for 40 years to retire on hopefully 40% of what you made a year. That's what a job's all about. That's why we're here, is to help share with you how we can change that. A millennial, student debt. God, go on to TikTok or Facebook right now. What's the whole thing being talked about? Student debt. Going to be collected. They're going to start taking money back. It's almost fear-mongering the way they're posting. But in the same time, a lot of people went to college, spent $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 in college debt. That's a house. We finance houses over 30 years before they're paid off. So that student debt will last for 20, 30 years. And the real downside there is you might be in a job that's making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. Even at $100,000, you figure a house, the normal house payment right now is $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, and I'm in the Midwest, central United States, Arkansas, East Coast, West Coast. The average house payment is $3,000 to $4,000 a month. But so that means your student loan debt is going to be in that $1,200 to $1,500 a month. So how are you going to get rid of that? How are you going to manage that? You know, what's going to happen if your job goes away? And today, the economy is changing. You know, this is not a Republican or Democrat comment, but if we bring back a large amount of industrialization into the United States, we don't have skilled workers for trade jobs like we had 20 years, 30 years, 50 years ago. Electricians, pipe fitters, all of those are jobs that we're going to have. So there's going to be a lot of people having to retrain if they're going to stay in the job market, because AI can't replace a pipe fitter, can't replace an electrician. AI can enhance and help people get a better job, becoming someone that uses AI in business or in economics or something like that. So we're seeing a huge market shift with jobs right now. So the whole point of S.P.A.R.K is to help you find what you need. That's the whole purpose of S.P.A.R.K. That's why we're here, is to help you find what you need. Now, How do we do that? Because you say, well, I can just go online and post anything. Well, the average person spends about 1 to 2 seconds on a post. So if you don't grab them, then they're gone. They're scrolling. I mean, you can watch it in the comment feed right now. In 10 minutes, we've had 13 views and 2 people are here. And I know both of them. You know, it's kind of interesting. So how do we make this happen? Now, when I'm done with this video, well, I just got a notice that that's why I'm getting throttled. Is somebody reported me for being fake. So that's one of the things that you never know that's going to happen. Okay, so we'll see what TikTok says. But here's the big thing. We never know what's going to happen going forward. So what I'm looking at doing, okay, what we're looking at doing is, is helping people to make sure that they can be productive in learning new skills. I'm talking about trade jobs. Income producing skills in the digital world are going to be just as important. So today's focus of mastering the call to action is just that. And you'll have to excuse me, guys. It's extremely dry here in Northwest Arkansas, and all of a sudden my eyes are giving me fits. So if you see me rubbing them, that's why. So as we move into the second half of this first session, because the way S.P.A.R.K works is from 10 to 10:15 is kind of a general time. We'll share information. We'll invite people to join us. We'll talk about and answer questions. If you have any questions about what kind of business to get into, then put it over in the chat. And as we move into the core and we go into the mastering the call to action, then we will answer those questions in the first 15 minutes. The next 15 minutes is all about it's basically all about why we're here. The next 15 minutes is all about what we're going to help you learn and improve. So let's talk about engagement. Engagement is what I was just saying. When someone comes onto your post, there's something there that hooks their attention, keeps them in the post, gives them a reason to hang around. It's that pain point. Not enough money for retirement. That if somebody's looking for that, that'll grab their attention. They'll stay past that 2-3 second mark. They'll look and see what you actually have going on there. So that is the big thing that we're trying to accomplish. Once we've got their attention, then we can share our story, we can share our solution, we can talk about how we can help them add more income into their home budget. We can talk to them about what to do, but if we don't, and you'll hear this adage, land the plane. If we don't help people do that, then we're out in the middle. So it's a real challenge, one, to hook people, two, to provide that solution, but it's worthless to do those two things if you don't do the third thing. And you've got to bridge that gap that takes people from watching, reading, listening to action. Action is your call to action. That's what we're going to do to move people, to get them to say, hey, if you want to learn out how this blueprint that you can go from 0 to $5,000 a month in the next 90 days, message me 90, comment 90, click on the link in my bio. All of those are right there so that you are running and working on that system. So we're going to bridge that gap with our call to action. Now, when we do that, whoop, went too far. Got to be easy on those keys. I already finished the coffee this morning, guys. Had to jump over to tea. So the anatomy of a powerful call to action. What does that consist of? Right off the bat, there's three things for a powerful call to action. Number one is an action verb. It's click, drop, check out. So we want a very strong action verb, which is a strong command word. So if you're brand new in social media, if you're looking for a business and you come across this and you're wondering, is this something I need to know about? Then we will make sure that, you get the right information to build. And I'm spreading out here. TikTok's kind of giving me fits. They're not seeing any live chat. So if you're here, put a message, say hi, share some hearts, give me some love. If you're watching this on a replay, do the same thing. Put a comment over there on the side. Okay. Drop that fire emoji. Let me know that this video was giving you some value. So number two is you have to have a clear benefit. Drop that fire emoji and I'll send you my ebook of 90 days to $5,000 a month. That is a benefit that if they do the action, we will give them a result and make it simple. Make that action very, very effortless. You almost want to make it to where it's not, they don't even have to think. Now, why am I sharing this? It's because you did the same thing when you stop and looked from, hey, I'm looking for something to add some income. This is a good way to do that. So let's see and make sure that we're here. That's the three steps to a powerful CTA. Action, a benefit, and make it simple so that we move very, very quickly into getting them to take that action that we want. So we can bring down and have some action verbs that drive results. Comment, share, tag, drop. Those are all engagement verbs that get people to take that action to possibly get something. A conversion verb. Click on this link. DM me for more information. Subscribe to my community, adventureandsuccess.com. We've got commitment verbs. Register. Book your free Zoom call. Download this PDF. Reserve your spot in the next video session. Those are all verbs, action verbs that drive results. How do I know? I'm there. That's what got my attention. That's what got me to take action. So, what are we looking for that's going to give us those people that want to move to the next step? And when we do that, then that helps us generate more leads. If you have a landing page offering a lead magnet, hey, I'll send you this book. Hey, I'll send you this PDF. Hey, I'll give you a free seat in my next video. So that's what we're looking for. Now let's look at the differences between a weak call to action and a strong call to action. A weak one. Let me know what you think, guys. I don't want to push you too hard, so let me know if you like it, if you're okay. Or I know this will change your life. Comment info for my 2-hour a day online income blueprint. Which one of those are you more likely to follow? Which one of those are you more likely to take action from? Number one, the weak one, there's no clear action. You don't know what to do. Let me know what you think. Well, where do you want me to do that? Where do you want me to let you know? It's a vague benefit that doesn't give you anything. It's very passive. So scroll on. It's easy to ignore. Whereas if you're a strong CTA, if you have a strong focus, then you have very specific action that they need to take. There's a tangible benefit, a step-by-step blueprint that they can use that's very simple to follow, both in the call to action and what they're getting, and make it a compelling offer. So we want to make sure that we have those things moving forward into our posts to get that engagement that we need. Now, as we, and I talk about the psychology behind the effective CTAs. And the reason why I do this is you may have heard the term, if you've been around sales, NLP, neuro-linguistics psychology. It's basically getting people to take action, to commit to purchasing something or signing up for something by using snaps, by using maybe a quick hand movement, or coming in really close to when you're talking to them and saying, hey, I got a secret for you. I don't want everybody to hear this. So when you're doing that, you are working in the psychology of the brain, saying this person really likes me. They're really got my whatever. So number one, you've got to make sure you're providing clarity. You've got to remove confusion about the next step. So if I just say, let me think about it, it doesn't tell me what to do. Okay, well, let me know what you think. Okay, I don't know. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't understand how I can make $9,000 a day. I don't understand how I can make $100 a year. So we've got to provide that clarity that, hey, drop it a fire emoji. I'll send you this blueprint. You can use it, change your life, add success to your life. It'll give you everything you're wanting and dreaming of. All you have to do is drop that fire emoji. I've highlighted those values. I've highlighted what they're going to get, what the benefit is for them, not for me, for them. And then we're going to talk about the urgency. Right now, while they're on the call, right now, create a gentle time pressure or a urgency that if you don't do it now, you're going to miss out on this next best thing. People, something like the last time I looked at numbers, it's around 80-85% of people purchase things because they're afraid they're going to get left behind. The cars we drive is because a friend bought a car like it and we want to have one similar or better. The neighborhood we live in, it's got to be the best neighborhood. We go buy shoes for $1,000 a pair when all we need is a $10 pair of shoes. They provide the same benefit. They protect your feet from rocks and thorns. But we've got to have that. And no, ladies, I'm not picking on you. I was thinking of my Dexters and Murphy Johnsons in the closet. So we don't need those things, but we want the benefit of what it makes us feel. So this is all about feelings. That's what we're talking about. It's all about feelings and their reciprocity. Love those R words and CIs. So offer something value, a benefit to encourage action. Action. If you do this, you're going to get this. That's all we have to do. And when you do that, then you're going to give people something that they want, something that they're looking for, and they want to make sure that they're going to get their needs met. And those needs sometimes can be very, very distinct. And we'll pull this down and then move it up here in a minute. So the three types of CTAs we want to rotate through, you want to change up your call to actions. So when you do that, engagement CTAs will help boost visibility because people are watching you for longer. You're getting more seconds, minutes of time, eyeballs on your content on the platform. And to be honest, it's not about your time that the platforms are interested in. They're interested in the overall time that an individual spends on a platform, albeit TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Telegram. It doesn't matter. They're all about minutes and eyes on, because when they market ad costs, that's what they use to generate their ad budget, their ad monies. So it has nothing to do with your post, except it's eyes on a post. So you've got to engage people to keep them on your post. That's your job. It's not the platform's job. That's your job. Now, drop an emoji. Give me an emoji. Drop fire right now in TikTok. If you're on TikTok, drop me a fire emoji to let me know what you're talking, that you understand what I'm talking about. Tag someone who needs this. Share it. Send it out to somebody that's been struggling with their content. Tell me about your story. Tell me about your business. What are you looking for to make your business better? That's what you want to talk about. That's what we're doing. So lead gen CTAs, this helps you build your audience database. You can get email addresses from the people watching you and take them off platform to carry on future conversation. So if something happens to a platform, you lose an account, whatever, you still have that database of names. You're still in business. Click the link to download. What I tell people is go up to my link tree. Choose option 1 to join our e-learning business. Option 2 to join our community adventure and success, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. Third, if you want to set up a Zoom call, absolutely free to learn how you can benefit from becoming an online marketer, book that free call. Number 4 is our travel agent business, where you can learn to be a travel advisor and have a 2-year handbook to go from zero, part-time, no income in the travel industry, to 50, 60,000 a year, working 2 to 3 hours a day. That is available. All you have to do is reply me, and I'll send you the link to join that community. Oh, and community will help strengthen the people that follow you. So comment Zoom to join us tomorrow on that free live. Put Zoom in the comments if you're watching this on replay. And all of a sudden, you're building that community. Join our Facebook group. Join our school community. That's where we're looking to help people so that we make sure that we have everything done. Okay? Platform-specific call to actions. Instagram, leverage story stickers for polls. Use link in bio calls effectively. Use direct messaging, big on Instagram. TikTok, single comment prompts. Use trending audio hooks, trending music, direct to profile for more information. Go up to my profile. LinkedIn, ask industry-specific questions. Encourage professional connections. So each one of the platforms have those very specific needs. That's what we're here to help you. How do we get that content? Use AI to draft your first post. Ask chat, hey, chat, I'm going to post about this. How can I build a good engagement? Learn how to do prompt chaining. All of that is inside our community that you can learn how to do everything we're here. So test out different variations, see what works. That's what you want to do. CTA placement matters. When you're doing a video, include your verbal CTA in the first 30 seconds. And again, at the end, hey guys, check out my link tree up above to join our community. That's option 2. All of this training is available to you in that community. Most of it starting out as at no cost. You can join this Zoom every day at no cost. Written posts, you want to put your CTA primarily at the end. You can put it kind of in the middle. Image post, you should have a visual cue pointing to that CTA in your caption. And then audio, repeat CTA twice in the final minute for better retention. The more times, go up there and check out my link tree in the bio. Option 2 lets you join the community. It's absolutely free. Take that step now. So that's where we get this information. So if you're missing that CTA, you can see with it, without it, your engagement rate is high, but your conversion rate's very low. Track it. Find out which CTA. Is it a question, an emoji, a resource, a challenge? Track it. See which one helps you find that information. Today, here in just a minute, we're going to be moving into that action time. Write some call to actions that you can add to post, visuals, videos, but don't have 4 or 5 different actions. Check out my link tree, choose the option 1, 2, or 3. Boom, done. When you join the community, you'll get free access to Zoom calls, free access to replays, free access on how to use social media tools to improve your engagement and your lead generation. We have 90-day step-by-step ebooks to walk you through. The more steps you take out, the more conversions you'll get. Test it. Okay, schedule your testing. Follow up with what you're doing. Create variations. When you find something that works, keep using it. Measure and track. We're going to be talking about measuring and tracking. We have social media trackers in the community. You join the community, you get free access to a social media tracker that lets you track every post, every option, very simply. When you make a post, you write it down, you go back 24 hours and you look and see what it achieved. Very simple. So being in the community, you get all of this extra training at no extra cost to you. It's free. Okay. Here's some CTAs. Really, at this point, what you want to do is go on to Hey Chat, type into Hey Chat, give me the top 5 call to actions on TikTok, on Instagram for a video getting people to take action to get my free PDF, to click on my link. So chat will give you all of that. Make sure we look at LinkedIn. Make sure you look at the different platforms. That's how we make the call to action strong. Now, guys, real quick, we want to audit our past content. We want to make sure that we've got that CTA library, build you a collection. You can use chat to do that. Test it for 30 days, not a week, not 10 days. Give it a good 30 days, and then celebrate your wins. And I've been talking about that classroom, but right here is everything I've been talking about. So if you want to join our Adventure and Success Awaits platform, all of these are available to you. This is our e-learning program. There's 4 different courses you can resell there. It is 100, 300, 600, or 900 for 1, 2, 3, or 4 courses to get started to resell. The Brilliant Movement is a brand new faith-based network marketing company featuring Graham Cook, Ray Higdon, using Graham's teachings. He's been teaching mindset, faith devotion for 30 years or more, but that is a new business that we're a part of. Here's your replays. If you want to find information on travel, mastering AI and social media. Now, this is an advanced course, so there is a charge for that. There's 3 levels, $47.97 or $4.97 a month. So that $4.97 is personal, hands-on. You get to meet with me once a week, that type of stuff. So realize that we're here to help you build, but you've got to take that first step. So drop a fire emoji on the side or hit my link tree up there. Choose option 2, join the community. When you join the community, you can come in. You have the option of, or the ability, not the option. You have the ability to ask questions. Right now, this next 30 minutes is our action time. So you should be building your content, building that library, getting you some CTAs that will help you focus. But this is what's available to you. And again, there is no cost involved in joining our Adventure and Success Awaits. Hey, Roy, thanks for joining us. So, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I appreciate you. We went a little bit long today, but remember, check out that link tree. Hit option 2. If you're looking for an e-learning business and you want to start earning income today, hit that option 1. It'll walk you through. You can watch a video, and then you can click a button and get started today. So remember, guys, if you want to find out more information, if you want to know when we're talking, because we're going to be back here at 10 o'clock in the morning live, what you'll want to do is make sure you hit that follow button, hit that like button, give me some hearts. Let me know that you're getting some value out of this, and I will see you tomorrow and on the other side.